talk a lot about black music and its influence on American culture, period, American music, American popular music, but certainly the Allman Brothers Band. And one of the things that really it became super clear to me when I wrote Play All Night, playing in integrated bands, which they were in the Allman Brothers, was not uncommon for Duane and Gregg. They had been doing that going all the way back to Daytona Beach. So here's a clip of me talking about this in Macon a few months ago. Southerners transcended limitations through music, the Allman Brothers Band among them. Crossing color lines was an act of rebellion. For Duane, Gregg, and the rest of them, it was worth the risk. And it went all the way back to Daytona Beach for Duane. As Floyd Miles, their friend, said, they were called hippies because they had long hair and were weird. The bond was built between us because we all experienced some kind of discrimination. We had each other and we had the music, Gregg recalled. The Allman Brothers Band and Macon helped change the South and therefore the nation for good. It's a recurring theme in the early days of the Allman Brothers Band and in Play All Night, my book, at FillmoreEastBook.com. The struggles the band had on the road for two reasons in particular. One is that they had long hair. All the white guys had long hair. This was throughout the American South, certainly in 1969, 70, and even much of the country, that was almost, it was certainly a reason for harassment. The second one was, of course, they were an integrated band, leaving also from the South, with J-Mo joining the other. So the issue, issue's the wrong word, terrible, strike that. Those two factors combined do make the early journey of the Allman Brothers Band, particularly fraught with danger. And I talk about it in the book, but what I want to use it as is to remind you, or remind myself, I suppose, but this was really a common thing for Duane and Gregg. From the very beginning, they were playing in integrated bands in Daytona Beach with a guy named Floyd Miles, a name that you might have heard. Floyd played in Gregg's band throughout the 90s and the 2000s. I don't know exactly when he left the road. I remember him sitting in Gainesville in 1995 on Stormy Monday. Floyd was who Gregg always said taught him how to sing, and Floyd was in a band called the House Rockers in Daytona Beach, and together with another band called the Untills, they were an integrated unit there in Daytona Beach. And Floyd is a really interesting cat. Did record a couple albums, I think for King Snake Records, out of I think Sanford, Florida, my old stomping grounds, including a tune Back to Daytona that Gregg used to do in his sets, and might have recorded, and Gregg sat in on a few things. Silent Night featuring Gregg Allman. It comes from that same label, and features Floyd Miles. So anyway, there's a quote I do. This is a talk I gave at Mercer University. It was the Byington Lecture on the Contemporary South. A pretty big honor for yours truly, actually, to be giving a named lecture somewhere on a college campus and about a subject, the Allman Brothers Band, that is such an important part of the contemporary South. So anyway, there's my intro for this content there. You can check out more of my stuff at www.longlivetheabb.com. That www is really important because I haven't figured out how to make it so you don't have to do that. And of course, Play All Night, Duane Allman and the Journey to Fillmore East. You can follow me on all the socials all over the place. Posting things. Here's a video. Long live the Allman Brothers Band.